Step 3 is the heavy artillery, and we're going to bring in our powerful backlinks. We call them hybrid SEO backlinks. I'm going to explain what that means. So there's something called a PBN. This is another question for you, actually. Let me know if you know what a PBN is, if you know what it stands for. So again, give me a Y if you know what PBN stands for, and N if you don't. I'll give you a second to reply then. About a mixture, actually. Half of you Y's, half of you N's. All right, so it just stands for, it's another silly acronym. It stands for Private Blog Network. What it really means is, when people use it in this context, it means a website that you build just to rank your other website. So you build a PBN site, it's a little simple website that you build it for no reason other than to put a link on it that links to the website that you want to rank. And it used to be really powerful. I mean, a few years ago, PBNs, you'd build a handful of simple PBNs, you just throw them up there, really low quality, and you'd be ranking your website in no time at all. But right now, that's the fastest way to get penalized by Google and thrown out of their rankings, and they'll never rank you because they can detect these rubbishy PBNs. There's a whole load of reasons that I won't go into for why you should not use PBNs as people taught a few years ago. All sorts of reasons, I said, which I won't cover right now. But what we do with hybrid SEO is we take the power and speed of what's called grey hat. So PBNs are what you'd call grey hat. It's not exactly what Google wants you to do, but there's nothing illegal about it. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's a great way to rank, unless Google finds out and then penalizes you. And Google, if they detect sort of black hat stuff going on with your website, they will literally remove you from the ranking. Sometimes manually. They have a lot of manual reviewers as well. But grey hat is sort of in between the two. There's nothing wrong with it, but Google would rather you not do it. But it's the fastest way to rank. And so it combines that speed and power with the safety and naturalness of white hat SEO. White hat being what Google would love you to do, but it's just too slow and too painful. Takes forever. You're never going to rank for really powerful terms, at least not for months or years. So that's what hybrid SEO does. You get your cake and you get to eat it too. So let me explain how we do it. Oh, before I explain, I'm not doing very well here. You need very few of these backlinks. I mean, they're super, super powerful. So I'm going to teach you how to do these hybrid backlinks now, but you only need a handful. Here's an example. One of our customers back in April, we call them link structures as well as another word for a hybrid backlink. He built, says here on the screen, I built 2 type 2 link structures, hybrid backlinks, and just over 2 weeks later, I'm position 6. So he moved from page 3 to page 1 in 2 weeks, and this is reasonably high competition. Page authority, domain authority of 34. So that's, it's not make money online competition or lose weight fast, but it's reasonably competitive by most SEO terms. So you don't need a lot of them. They're powerful, and that's power is what you like at this stage, because the more power in what you do, the less work you do. So we've got to go for powerful, haven't we? So how do we do it? Brain dead simple. You can do what I'm going to show you now in this step 3 process using the resources that we use, but you can also do it manually. But literally with turnkey SEO, you don't actually need to know what you're doing. Just follow our process. Step by step, follow our process, you will rank. So let me just put in context what used to happen. A few years ago, this is what people would do. What I call old school SEO. Do not do this. It will not work. I mentioned before, PBN, Private Blog Network, it's like a site that you build to put a link on that links to the site you want to rank. That's what it is. So we've got these sites that you build and put a link on to link to your site. Do not do this. And maybe some other links as well from Facebook or Tumblr or any of these other sites. This is what people used to do. And that used to be very effective. It's no longer effective. Don't do it. Stop. Do not watch this screen anymore. Rather, we're going to do this. We're going to start with your site, obviously, and then we're going to build one of these 3 items to link to it, either a guest post, a restored expired site, or a press release that I've just talked about. So we're going to build one of those, and then we're going to fire some PBN links, what I've just described as old school, and you don't really want to do it. You're going to fire the PBN links not at your site, but you're going to fire the PBN links at this green box in the middle, either your guest post, restored, expired site, or press release. And that is the hybrid backlink structure, and it is super powerful.